Hello, my friends. Have you ever wondered which country stands as the most influential superpower in the world? What factors determine the mightiest nation on the global stage? Let's embark on a journey to uncover the story of how the United States of America achieved its status as the No. 1 superpower. In the year 1492, the Italian explorer Christopher Columbus discovered some Caribbean islands near North America. After this, the Europeans got to know about America and the colonization of America began. During this time, the indigenous people, known as Native Americans or Red Indians, lived in America, consisting of numerous different tribes. South America was mostly colonized by Spain, which is why Spanish is spoken in most South American countries today. Britain established its first colony in America around the 1600s, and France also started colonizing parts of North America. Initially, these three European powers, Britain, France, and Spain, colonized North America. The rise of the United States of America as the world's foremost superpower is a complex and fascinating story that spans centuries. To truly understand how America became the No. 1 superpower, we need to delve deeper into its history, exploring not only its geopolitical strategies but also the internal factors that contributed to its ascension. In this narrative, we will embark on a journey through time, uncovering the key milestones and insights that shaped America's path to superpower status. The birth of America, 1492 and beyond. Our journey begins in the late 15th century when the Italian explorer Christopher Columbus set sail and discovered the Caribbean islands near North America in 1492. This marked the initial contact between Europe and the lands that would later become the United States. The European colonization of America soon followed, primarily by Britain, France, and Spain. However, before we delve deeper into the emergence of the United States, we must acknowledge the Native Americans, often referred to as Red Indians, who inhabited these lands for centuries before the arrival of European colonizers. The Native Americans consisted of various tribes, each with its distinct culture and way of life. South America, in particular, was primarily colonized by Spain, leading to the prevalence of the Spanish language in many countries in the region, known today as Latin America. Meanwhile, the British established their first colony in North America around the 1600s, with France also making significant inroads into the continent. The impact of European colonization on Native American populations was devastating. Diseases brought by the colonizers, such as smallpox and influenza, led to a catastrophic reduction in the Native American population. Over several decades, an estimated 80 to 90% of Native Americans perished due to these diseases, significantly altering the demographics of the continent. The American Revolution and the birth of a nation. Fast forward to July 4, 1776, a date etched in history as the day American revolutionaries declared their independence from British rule. The American Revolutionary War ensued, eventually leading to the birth of the United States of America. The Declaration of Independence signaled the birth of a new nation, one that would ultimately play a pivotal role in global affairs. While the American Revolution and its subsequent developments are stories in their own right, let's fast forward to the mid-19th century to understand the critical turning points that led to America's emergence as a superpower. After all, if we examine the historical GDP contributions of various countries, we see that India and China were the world's dominant superpowers before the 1800s. The global economy primarily revolved around these two nations for nearly two millennia. However, the tide began to shift after the 1800s, particularly in the last 100 years leading up to the present. During this time, the United States of America started gaining dominance and claimed a substantial share of the global GDP. The question that looms is, how did this transformation occur? And what steps did America take to become the unrivaled superpower it is today? Manifest Destiny and Territorial Expansion. The mid-19th century was a pivotal period when America embarked on a journey of territorial expansion. The United States was unique among the major world powers because it had already adopted a democratic form of government. This democratic tradition made it an appealing choice for new states or territories considering amalgamation. Nations around the world faced a choice. They could either join the United States and embrace its democratic values, or become colonies under the dominion of British, French, or Spanish governments. The appeal of democracy led several states to opt for integration into the United States, rather than remaining colonies under foreign rule. In 1836, Texas serves as an illustrative example of this phenomenon. Although Texas had achieved independence from Mexico, the Mexican government continued to threaten the territory. In response, Texas chose to join the United States to ensure its security and future stability. Similar decisions occurred across the continent as states one after the other opted to become part of the growing United States of America. Notably, America's expansionist policies were not always benign. While it was a democratic country, it was also driven by a desire to expand its territory. In 1867, the United States acquired Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million, highlighting its territorial ambitions. Hawaii, an archipelago in the Pacific Ocean, was another case in point. The United States annexed Hawaii in 1898 following the overthrow of the Kingdom of Hawaii. Although the United States was not a colonizer in the traditional sense, its actions sometimes paralleled those of Britain, France, and Spain. This was particularly true for territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines, which the United States annexed in 1898. The economic impact of expansion. The territorial expansion of the United States and the annexation of new territories had a profound economic impact. By the 1900s, the United States had transformed into a vast and diverse nation, with numerous territories under its dominion. The expansion of its geographical borders correlated with significant economic growth and a surge in GDP. Consequently, the United States claimed a considerable share of the global GDP. However, it is essential to acknowledge that the United States was not only gaining power through geopolitical expansion. America's role in two world wars played a crucial part in its rise to superpower status. America's role in world wars. The 20th century bore witness to two of the most destructive global conflicts in human history, known as World War I and World War II. While the battlefields were primarily in Europe, the United States played a pivotal role in both wars. In World War I, the United States initially remained neutral. However, as the war escalated, it became evident that American intervention was inevitable. The United States joined the conflict in 1917, and with its involvement, the balance of power began to shift. Following World War I, the United States played a key role in shaping the post-war international order. President Woodrow Wilson was instrumental in the formation of the League of Nations, an international body aimed at promoting peace and cooperation among nations. The United States was emerging as a diplomatic and economic powerhouse, with its focus on international collaboration. However, the interwar years were marked by economic challenges, leading to the Great Depression. Yet, these difficulties did not deter the United States' ascent as a superpower. By the time World War II erupted, the United States was in a much stronger position. Both economically and militarily, the war served as a catalyst for its global influence. While Europe lay devastated by the impact of World War II, the United States emerged relatively unscathed. The country's industrial capacity was a crucial factor in its ability to supply weapons and resources to its allies. This, in turn, had a profound economic impact, transforming the United States into the world's largest creditor. Furthermore, the United States developed the Marshall Plan, a program designed to aid the post-war recovery of Western Europe. It showcased the United States' commitment to rebuilding and stabilizing the global economy. The Cold War and the pursuit of hegemony. The aftermath of World War II marked the beginning of the Cold War, a geopolitical standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. This ideological confrontation between communism and capitalism would define international relations for decades to come. While the Cold War did not lead to direct military conflict between the two superpowers, it prompted a series of proxy wars and intense competition in areas like space exploration and arms development. The United States adopted a multifaceted approach to counter the spread of communism. In various countries where communism seemed to gain influence, the United States intervened in a bid to suppress it. This intervention took several forms, including financial support for opposition groups, funding for anti-communist militias, and, in some cases, direct involvement in assassinations. The 1960 for execution of revolutionary icon Che Guevara in Bolivia, orchestrated by the CIA, is one example of such covert operations. The United States' interference in the internal politics of other countries led to several nations becoming dependent on American support, further strengthening America's position as a superpower. The United States' global influence expanded, as seen in the number of American military bases established in more than 70 countries. The formation of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization (NATO) in 1949 cemented America's relationship with European countries, with the primary goal of countering the influence of the Soviet Union. This alliance endures to this day and reflects America's cooperative efforts with Western European nations. Many of these nations had faced economic devastation during World War II, further cementing their dependency on the United States. Moreover, the United States actively participated in the establishment of international organizations like the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and the United Nations. The United States played a vital role in defining the international financial system, with the U.S. dollar becoming the world's leading reserve currency. The role of economic policy and attraction of talent. An integral aspect of America's rise as a superpower was its ability to attract talent from across the globe. American policies, opportunities, and culture have consistently drawn people seeking a better life and greater opportunities. This influx of talent has been instrumental in fostering innovation, research, and development. Consider the numerous immigrants who came to the United States and made substantial contributions to various fields. Kalpana Chawla, Sunita Williams, and Satya Nadella from India, Albert Einstein from Germany, and Elon Musk from South Africa are just a few examples of individuals who found success in the United States. The United States' policies, combined with its open and diverse culture, have consistently attracted talent, promoting innovation and economic growth. Current challenges and the quest for improvement. As we examine the United States' rise to superpower status, it's important to reflect on the present. While the United States has achieved remarkable success on the global stage, it faces its own set of challenges. Home ownership rates in America stood at 65.8% in 2020, illustrating that more than 30% of Americans do not own homes. Income inequality is also a significant issue, with the top 1% of the population owning a substantial portion of the country's wealth. The American healthcare system is known for its high costs and gaps in coverage, making it less accessible to a significant portion of the population. Obesity rates in the United States have reached alarming levels, highlighting issues related to public health. Additionally, the cost of college education in the United States has soared, resulting in students accumulating significant amounts of debt. One of the most contentious issues in the United States is the lack of comprehensive gun control laws. The country has witnessed over 600 mass shootings within a single year, resulting in the tragic loss of life. The sheer volume of gun violence incidents calls for a re-evaluation of existing policies. While the United States maintains a powerful military, it also faces critiques regarding the allocation of resources. A portion of the population believes that the country's substantial military budget could be redirected towards improving the lives of its citizens, enhancing social services, and addressing domestic challenges. The lessons of superpower status. The story of how America became the #1 superpower is one of geopolitics, economic might, and the attraction of talent. Yet, it is also a story of complex challenges and ongoing efforts to address them. The narrative underscores the importance of focusing on the well-being of citizens and fostering internal development even for a superpower. Countries like Norway, Denmark, and Sweden, despite not being classified as superpowers, have excelled in terms of human development, social welfare, and overall quality of life. Their emphasis on societal well-being serves as a lesson that being a superpower should not be the ultimate goal. Instead, a nation's primary objective should be to improve the lives of its citizens and promote genuine progress. The journey of the United States from a collection of colonies to the #1 superpower is a testament to the nation's resilience, ambition, and global influence. It remains a story of unparalleled success and challenges, reflecting the complexity of world affairs. The lessons learned from this journey are invaluable as we navigate the path toward a better and more equitable future. The United States' rise to superpower status is a multifaceted tale that spans centuries. It is a story of expansion, economic dominance, and global influence. While America's journey is one of remarkable achievements, it is also a narrative that presents essential lessons for nations striving to reach the pinnacle of international influence. America's role in global affairs is significant, and its continued evolution is a testament to its commitment to shaping the world in various ways. From territorial expansion to its role into world wars, from the challenges of the Cold War to its economic prowess, and from attracting global talent to addressing contemporary challenges, the United States has left an indelible mark on the world stage. The pursuit of superpower status has defined America's role in history, and the lessons learned from this journey should guide the nation and others in the pursuit of a better and more equitable future.